Good morning, everybody. This is the show called the Big R Solution Sports Program. You know that every morning, 10 o'clock, we discuss with you football. We have two parts of the show. One, we discuss one particular topic that is very hot or anything that needs to be discussed. Then the second show, we look at football in general. Of course, we start with the local football and then we go to European football. Since now the world is now a global village. Again, today I'm all by myself, and then I think the guys have some difficulties to join me this morning. But nevertheless, the show goes on. My name is the Sobre Boys, Walefatse, from the Big R. I want us to discuss the issue that is pertaining Kaizer Chiefs and the PSL. Well, I know that the PSL has issued a statement that they are not going to avail any information until the 5th of January, when they're having another press conference on this matter. But I just want us to dissect how things unfolded as far as this subject is concerned. And while I'm still there, I want to hear from you out there to tell me what's your take. Do you think on the 5th, when the PSL give us whatever that they have decided, should Kaizer Chiefs be punished in terms of them being docked the points of the games that they did not play? Remember now, the PSL has already taken a decision, and the decision is very clear. They didn't accept or they didn't accede to Kaizer Chiefs' request. So now we want to know on the 5th what's going to happen. Are they going to say, now on the basis of the fact that we didn't accede and you didn't honor the games and your opponents, went there, so what will be the action? So now, from your perspective, from your point of view, what should be the action against Kaizer Chiefs? And bear in mind, something like this happened during the promotional, in terms of teams that were joining the first division, the DSTV. If you remember the Royal AM, the Kuni story and stuff like that. So you should also bear that in mind. So I want to hear from you what's your take. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just sorry about that. I'm just gonna give what happened. All right. Remember that Kaizer Chiefs on the 4th of December, they were supposed to play their home game against Cape Town City. And 4 days later, they were scheduled to travel to KZN to go and play Golden Arrows. But unfortunately, those two games did not take place. Because on the 2nd of December, Chiefs wrote a letter to the league requesting that, their games should be postponed for a month. And remember, the background is Chiefs had a problem of COVID infection at Naturena, whereby 36 of their staff members were infected or were affected, and then which ultimately at some point, apparently the number increased to 48. So now on the basis of that, Kaizer Chiefs requested that their games should be postponed. But unfortunately for Kaizer Chiefs, the PSL declined. And then when they declined, then Kaizer Chiefs exercised their right, They exercised their right by referring the matter to the football department's decision to the NSL Executive Committee, all right? And then according to the PSL statement, the Executive Committee gave Kaizer Chiefs enough opportunity to present their case, all right, to give reasons why they did not honor their claims, despite the fact that Kaizer Chiefs was aware of the circulars, the NSL circulars, circular number 12 of 2020 and circular 24 of 2020 and circular 11 of 2021. So they said Chiefs should give full reasons, what was the compelling circumstances, what was the, pressing circumstances that allowed, that requested them not to participate. So fair enough to the PSL, they apparently consulted with senior counsel because football is business. You don't just work alone, you need a team. Senior counsel, and the senior counsel who also had a consultation with the league chief medical officer to give the facts around medical conditions. Now, having consulted with those two experts, now the executive committee felt that whatever reasons that Kaizer Chiefs has given does not satisfy or does not pass the test. As a result, the decision of the PSL of declining to postpone the games for Kaizer Chiefs stood. All right, they said no, it stands, but we don't know what will be the action taken. So that is why I'm asking you. I was giving you that kind of background so that at least you understand what are we discussing about. All right. And then the 5th of January, we'll get the press conference and hear what's happening. Now, people are giving a whole lot of arguments. We, as the Big R Solution Sports Program, we have our own WhatsApp group. Last night I slept around about 12 midnight. The people in the group, they were debating. There were a whole lot of emotions. Well, largely it was all about people defending their teams rather than looking at the facts. So some people are arguing, they said in England, 4 games were postponed the past weekend. So why not us here? And the other question is, are we supposed to follow what is happening in England, or are we supposed to follow our own rules? But at the same time, some people are bringing the argument that we are talking about life and death. People are sick here, and then we could have lost life. So had it not the NSL executive consider all those factors, somebody even raised the matter that, isn't it that Dr. Kaizer Chiefs is part of the National Executive Committee? And then I hope that, but I suppose that's what happened. I would never expected him to participate when they were discussing that, because he has to recuse himself because of conflict of interest. But not much information was given so far. So what's your take? And then I'm giving you that information so that you tell us, you think it would have been fair for Kaizer Chiefs to be allowed to postpone their games, and then considering what happened to them. But here is the committee, the people who are running the league, and then they deliberated on this matter, and then Kaizer Chiefs was afforded the opportunity to present their case, and then consultation was done with experts. So now I want to know from you, which route should be taken? Should they continue to dock the points? And remember, if they dock the points, it's a huge blow because this is 6 points. And 6 points. And if you look at Kaizer Chiefs, when you look at the log, they are not far. Kaizer Chiefs can still do number 2 if you look the league. So the 6 points will be very devastating. So I want to hear your point of view. What's your take? And then we respect men and women who sits in the PSL or who are discussing as far as this matter is concerned, that everything was considered. So those are some of the issues that people were throwing around. So we are watching the space and see what's going to happen. But let me hear from you, and I'll appreciate. I thank you very much for listening to the show. And then I'm looking forward to get your comments. Please continue to subscribe and like and dislike, and then tell us where we need to improve as a team. We'll continue to give you the news as we get them. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.